My name is Garreth Ewing. I'm the head coach of the South African men's hockey team. This is my 27th season of coaching. I've been doing it since I was 19 years old. Started as a student, trying to make some pocket money, and that's probably the last time I got paid to do it, but coached under 21, I've coached under 16, under 18, and here I am where coaching in the national team, preparing for the Olympics. Our team is currently ranked 14th in the world, and we've risen from 16 to 14 since we got the damage of not going to the Beijing Olympics. Our challenge is to play against more sides in the top 5 or 6 in the world to really assess where we are. They are the elite at the moment, and they are significantly stronger and significantly better resourced than everybody else in the world. I think strength-wise, we're growing in terms of our depth. A lot of guys that are coming through, a new generation of players to supplement the really experienced guys that we've got. And one of our challenges is to bring up that experience, to give guys more international matches. We've got some guys that are on like 150 caps, and we've got guys that are on 20 or 30. And we need to close that gap and bring up the guys that are really relatively inexperienced. Then, we're focusing on how well we defend. We're focusing on how well we counter-attack. You can see the goalkeepers working in the background. We're looking at growing our goalkeeping depth, and we've got 4 really fantastic guys here. And you can imagine, if you're a team who's looking to fight every game you play, your goalkeeper has a huge role to play. So, I think that's where we are. We focus a lot on technical, not so much on the tactical at the moment. We want to grow our depth in terms of how well we can play out on the field, just in pure hockey terms. Our conditioning has significantly improved. We've got a really awesome sports and conditioning coach who's looking after us in that regard. And yeah, we're just trying every day to move forward and be more consistent and be a little bit more professional. So, one of our biggest challenges is actually getting time together. Even this current camp that's on now is a regional camp. COVID obviously plays a part, but from a resources and finances point of view, trying to get everybody all in one place at one time is quite difficult. We've got guys in all the major provinces in South Africa, and we've got guys playing overseas. And obviously, with no central funding at the moment, it's difficult for us to get everybody together. We're talking about 40 plus people at a time, and that's a big challenge for us. It's tough to sustain a program, be consistent in your preparation when you're moving around and you're trying to make things work, and then you don't see people for 3 or 4 months at a time. Zoom's a wonderful thing, but it doesn't substitute anything face-to-face or working together on the field. So we're working really hard to get that kind of stuff right, and that's the kind of area that can make a huge benefit to us. Most of the teams in the world above us in the rankings are, in fact, all of them are essentially full-time, including their staff. I'm an unpaid staff member. All of my staff members are unpaid. We've got our day jobs, which we have to take care of. And this is something we do as an extra, so to speak, including all the players. We've got guys in every aspect of professional life, from students all the way to full-time professionals and self-employed people. So those things are real challenges for us. So getting to the Olympics is obviously a dream come true, considering it's often a challenge for our hockey teams to qualify. But we've done that, and we deserve to be there. But it's not just about going, it's not just about ticking a box, it's about being competitive and ultimately aspiring in the long term to a medal. We're not just talking about going to Tokyo, we're talking about Paris and beyond, and growing a squad. And that requires many steps. Part of that is the training that's happening now, which in itself requires resources, but it's also the preparation tournaments. We've been invited to a number of tournaments leading up to the Olympics. We've been invited to host some teams here, and that will be massively important to us. Even with COVID and the challenges around that, we have players and teams who want to come and compete against us. And those 10 or 15 or 20 test matches that we try and put together between now and Tokyo are really what's going to make the difference. Then we go there and we feel more confident in terms of getting out of our pool and looking to compete for a medal in the long term. So it's really interesting, and it's not just the cost of getting to Tokyo. It's everything in between. It's the accommodation and the flights and the food and the equipment and the staffing. So That's the stuff that we really need to work on, and it's a step-by-step process that we peak at Tokyo, and then we come back from Tokyo and we're in a better place than when we started. So, I mean, obviously I'm passionate about hockey and sport, but you know, this is my job, this is my life. But it's not about me actually, it's about all of these players, and everybody in the group, and only 16 of these players are actually going to go to the Olympics. Everybody is still equally passionate about the game, and they want to grow the game, and they want to be successful as individuals and as a team. And hockey is a massive participation sport in this country, and it's a real community. You know, high school hockey is massive, and you should see the crowds who come out to watch us and support us. And there's a real connection with the national team in the hockey community, and the fraternity around the sport. And for me, the effort the guys are putting in is something that, you know, deserves to be rewarded and deserves to be applauded, to be honest, because they really, really do work hard. So it's about taking the game forward, and we're on a steady rise, and I'm very confident about where we're going to go. It's not easy, and it's not going to happen overnight, but there's such huge potential around the sport in this country. This is Garreth Ewing. Visit my match kit profile and help the team reach the Tokyo Olympic dream.